Peace and blessings, friends. Welcome to Indigo Intuitive Tarot. I'm Indigo, and I am here to provide you with intuitive messages and downloads via the tarot, as well as several oracle cards per usual. Now, while these intuitive messages and downloads are intended for your spiritual growth and expansion, they may also, and oftentimes do, apply to other areas and aspects of your incarnation in this 3D reality. So please, as always, take what applies, and if it doesn't apply, what do? We let it fly. Okay. Hey y'all, it's a reading. Excuse me. It is morning. This is your urgent messages from your spirit team for this new moon in Gemini. What's this? The devil. I hope not. Not on my watch, collective. Oh, come on. So it's the new moon in Gemini today. Happy new moon. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, planet Mercury, very mercurial, right? As Virgo, it's my sister sign, very communicative, right? So the new moon is all about like planting your seeds, setting your intentions. So I get with this, this new moon, it really is, planting the seeds, setting the intentions of the way that you could release negative thoughts, limiting beliefs. We had the devil, but honey, that's all about keeping you bound and stuck to negative thought loops, limiting beliefs, etc., right? So learning to spot those trauma loops when they come up, those limiting beliefs. Abraham Hicks always, they've said a lot of people love to argue for their limitations. That starts in the mind. It all starts in the mental, right? And granted, because of recent events, I keep hearing New York state of mind. Congratulations to the Knicks in New York City. I was watching some of the celebrations last night. Wild. I'm not, that big into sports, but I do love to see people come together with a sense of community. That is a very, very, very beautiful thing. Honey, pizza shops were handing out free pizzas. It was a good thing. But I digress. But for a team to even win a championship, right? Like they have to monitor their thinking. They have to get in the flow state, right? They are not just masters of their bodies, right? Like being able to be physically fit and skilled enough to play the game, but they also have to be masters of the mind. Okay. So at this time, I would invite you to really look at the way that you're thinking about things, the way that you let, the stories that you tell yourself dictate, how you view the world, right? I said, I think in one of my last readings, when we look at something, we're viewing it through all the layers of, story and identity, nationality, ethnicity, trauma, like all of it, right? And not that it's wrong, but we just have to understand that those layers are there, right? Awareness is what breaks through a lot of the illusion. Okay, so that's the channeled message I have for you all. This is, again, going to be an urgent messages from your spirit team reading, what you need to know right now in this red hot minute. So, oh yeah, they're ready to talk. All right, Spirit. Also, this is a new deck. We're going to see how it goes. It is called Every Little Thing You Do Is Magic deck. If you are someone who collects decks, I would highly recommend it. Not that I ever really read the book on things, but the book does have not just descriptions for the cards, but they also have songs that go along with each card. They have crystals that go along with each card, and even scents, smells like rose or sandalwood, things like that. So that's pretty cool. Speaking of songs, I'm going to go ahead and lay out the cards. Speaking of songs, I got the download yesterday that the energy for this weekend was the song, A Little Help From Your Friends. Is it Joe Cocker? Old song. Old song. And I posted it to Substack, and I feel like I don't know. There's something in that song, especially the version that I posted. Very, very powerful. If you're someone who feels music, like feels it, like it's, chill bumps when you feel it, when you know. Yeah, that's a good one. That's on my Substack. Anyway, bottom of the deck, 4 of Wands. Your stability, your home life. Look, those are like rakes or whatever. And there's a garden. What are you planting in your mind? What is growing in your mind? What are you, the garden of your mind, how are you tending to it also with this new moon? But yes, this is home, stability. As I always like to say, happy, healthy home life, right? I'll move everybody over so we can fit everybody in. Happy, healthy home life, your stability, beautiful roses. I actually just bought roses yesterday, so roses might be significant to someone. Okay. Current energy, your current energy. Elder of Pentacles. Now, the names have changed a little bit. This is technically the King of Pentacles in most decks. All right, the medicine that they would like you to receive. Elder of Wands. So this is the King of Wands. Okay. What's blocking said medicine? Judgment. Their direct message to you. 6 of Wands. How they would like you to move forward. Ace of Swords. Interesting. Well, your current energy looks real good. Real good. Now, we haven't clarified yet, but just off the rip, I'm getting that, in your current energy, you're looking good, you're looking stable, you're looking grounded, right? But your medicine is the Elder of Wands, which is the King of Wands. There's something here about, you feel very safe. I can't even talk words. You feel very safe in things that are very stable, the methodical, right? I know what every day brings. I have my routine. I have my 9 to 5 or whatever it is. I make my money. I'm doing well. Your medicine is actually to pour into maybe things you're a little bit more passionate about, things that are a little bit more creative, that spark you. I'm hearing things that spark you, things that make you feel alive, right? This is very day in, day out, grind, abundance, yes. Settled, also yes. But where's the passion? Where's the fun? You have real big judgments around that. What did I say? When we look at things, we see through the layers of identity, story, attachment to story, right? Like we're trying to wipe the windows clean, the lenses clean. It's just like when you have your glasses, right? These are blue light blocking glasses, but when they're dirty, I can't see through these, right? You need to wipe the windows clean. What's blocking you is your judgments about, honestly, I'm just hearing your judgments about fun, y'all. Don't worry, we're going to clarify. 6 of Wands, their direct message to you. The 6 of Wands is all about success, achievement, accomplishment. Yes. If you're the Elder of Pentacles here, you're there, right? There's something around your achievements that they're going to want you to know about. Now, how they want you to move forward is the Ace of Swords, a new beginning, the Sword of Truth, the sword, the mental. Again, this goes back to the new moon in Gemini. This should be the new moon in Gemini card right here. The clarity, wiping the window clean, right? To have a truthful, honest, new beginning of new ideas, new thoughts, new ways of doing things, okay? Cutting through these kind of false illusions of judgment that you have here, okay? Already powerful and beautiful, okay? Already powerful and beautiful. In your current energy, you're already doing well. It seems like it's just stepping outside of your box, that's a frog, of your own little pond. Maybe you need to travel to a new city. And I'm not saying go anywhere far. You ain't got to go overseas. Although welcome to the United States, all of those that came here for the World Cup. Glad you're here. Happy to see y'all. Honey, those Brazilians and the Haitians were getting down yesterday. I love to see it. I love to see it. I saw Haitians and Scottish people dancing together. I mean, I love that. To me, that's beautiful. I love to see people come together like that. Always, always, always. So it could just be, going to a new city, going to a museum, going to a different type of concert, maybe music you've never really explored before. It's summertime. They have like lots of free concerts and things. We do like picnic with the pops sort of thing. Maybe all you listen to is metal, and maybe it's time you go see some jazz, right? Maybe all you listen to is classical, and maybe you need to go to a metal show. You need to spice it up. All right. So I'm going to clarify. Spirit team, why is the Elder of Pentacles here? Also, your lucky number might be 77. Thank you. Look, Judgment. Look at this. Look at this. Yep, 4 of Wands. It's something around your stability. Yeah, you don't want to feel abandoned, left out in the cold, right? You don't want to feel this sense of lack. I understand that. I don't think stepping into something that sparks you, that inspires you, that stirs passion into you is going to leave you out in the cold, right? Yes, this could be about how you make your money. Maybe you are thinking of a career change at this time, and you're concerned that, man, I have a steady career right now. If I step outside of it, if I make this judgment call, if I look at it honestly, right, I'm afraid I'm going to lose money. I'm going to be, without home. So there's some things you need to look at here around your stability, around your home, around again, how you tend to your thoughts around these things, limiting beliefs around these things. Okay, so we're going to clarify the Elder of Wands with the Judgment. Listen, you're not in a bad place. And here's the thing, you don't have to take the biggest leap of faith ever and go start a whole new career. Like if you're a Wall Street banker, you're probably set up pretty good, right? It's just an example. And, I'm not saying leave all that behind and then go, be a scuba instructor. Although if that's your calling, I mean, do it. But, I'm not saying you have to leave your stability to do this. You can incorporate a King of Wands type of energy in your life, especially if you're doing well, right? If you're doing well, I'm sure you can find a little bit of flexibility, a little bit, right? Use that PTO, right? Use that vacation time. Use your days off to go to a pottery class, right? Like it doesn't have to be anything huge, all right? So Spirit team, why is the Elder of Wands here clarified by Judgment? Yep. You sure are. Indecisive about it. Look. Oh, they gave us 2. Yep. Thank you. Yep. This ties back to this. To get to the Elder of Pentacles, okay, the King of Pentacles, you've had to go through the entire journey of the Pentacles, right? So at one point, you felt this. Yes. You said, I don't ever want to feel that again. Understandable, right? But now you may be finding yourself in a rut, in a feeling of stagnancy, right? You may love your routine, but something in you is telling you, your thoughts, again, something in you is telling you that, I don't know, I feel like I just keep hearing like my soul is screaming for something else, sort of thing. To make this sort of judgment call, to make this sort of decision would balance the scales of, it's not fair. I say this all the time when we get the Justice card. It's not fair to yourself to keep your limiting beliefs about what you went through back from following a passion. It doesn't have to be all at once, okay? They're asking you to blend these energies. These are two kings, equal energies, right? They're asking you to almost be like an alchemist, okay? And be able to blend these two energies together. Again, you might work a 9 to 5 all week, but on the weekends, you take a pottery class and you go salsa dancing. It's literally that simple, right? Don't let these stories keep you in this, like, I don't know what to do, I don't know which way to go. Baby steps, okay? Baby steps will balance these scales. Baby steps will still allow you to feel safe enough to where it doesn't feel terrifying. It doesn't feel like you're going to fall back into this place of scarcity. Okay. Okay. Beautiful. There's messages here for you today. There's definitely messages here for someone today. Ooh-wee. Look, yeah. They want you to find some inspiration. Take a chance, right? The world. End this cycle of these limiting beliefs, these mindsets. Get a new perspective on it with the Hanged Man. I'm just saying. All right, Spirit team, they're real active today, I can tell. Spirit team, why is the 6 of Wands here? Prized pig. That's, oh God. All right, why is the 6 of Wands here? Thank you, Spirit. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Page of Cups, the Magician. Look who came back. Y'all saw me shuffle them cards, and look who came back again. Page of Wands. You have everything you need. The Magician has all 4 items: the cup, the wand, the sword, the pentacle. He has, she, they, them, have all 4 items that they need to create that which they would like to bring into their experience, right? To manifest it. The Page of Cups has given me this feeling that, I always say, he gives me this feeling like all I have is this little cup. I only have this little cup to give, right? But the Page is also a student, right? So at this time, their direct message to you has something to do with learning about your emotions, learning how to, again, alchemize your emotions, your thoughts when they come up, so that you can complete this cycle, so you can have success. You have the World and the 6 of Wands. These are both about achievement, okay? But you have to wrap up one cycle to be able to, like, manifest a new cycle. You know what I mean? You can't reach out for more if you keep just holding this little cup of not enoughness. Look, love might come in. Moon's underneath. Yeah, you might not see it coming. But the Page of Wands, look, they're going to throw that wand up in the air and take a chance. And they said, I'm going to throw it up, and where it lands, it lands. Okay? So, how they would like you to move forward at this time. Ace of Swords, y'all. Ace of Swords. I said the new thoughts, the new inspiration, the new beginning of deep clarity, the sword of truth that cuts through all of the illusion that you have with these judgments of how you have to be, or how things should be, or I have to work this job because I have to have this house, and I have to, you know, be this and do this, and this is the way that things have to be. I'm surprised the Hierophant hasn't come out yet, because that's all about systems and structures and institutions and tradition and things of that nature, right? There's no rule book. And you don't have to live on someone else's arbitrary timeline of you have to have this by this age and you have to have this type of job. I'm not saying abandon your security, but I am telling you that you're gonna be secure, but you need to bring a little bit more spark into your life. You need to use this sort of truth moving forward and cut through those illusions, okay? Spirit team, why is this Ace of Swords here? Why is this Ace of Swords here? Okay, thank you. Again, the moon. Yep. And look, the devil has come back. Listen to me. Listen to me. The moon is about illusions, right? What did I just say? Using the sword of truth to cut through these illusions. The Three of Cups, a card of celebration, right? When you're able to use this Ace of Swords, this sword of truth to cut through these illusions here, these burdens, which again, wands could be about what you do for work, but these burdens here with the 10 of Wands come down. You put them down. You put them down. Like I said, I posted that song, A Little Help from Your Friends. This may be about community. Remember, I was just talking about the New York Knicks winning and this beautiful sense of community that I saw in people. But baby, listen, you see this? Yeah. You have the devil here keeping you bound to these thoughts, to these loops, to these ideas, right? So you never fully commit to it, right? Like, now, granted, this night, the Knight of Wands, I usually call him Mr. Here for a good time, not a long time, when we're doing love readings. And yes, he is passionate, but he burns out too quick, right? Like, he runs in, he rushes out. Runs in, he rushes out. You need something that's passionate, fiery, that sparks you, but something that's equal give and take, equal energy exchange, a bit of stability, right? Where you can do it and it feels almost effortless. You see the 8 of Infinity here? It's almost like once you get it started, it's self-generating, right? It's very easy. Let your passions spark you. I think you might be afraid that, like, say there's something you really love, right? And it's like, say it is scuba diving, right? We're just gonna use this as an example. And you're like, I love it so much that I know that if I start doing it for real, I'm gonna want to leave my job. And at that point, you will have a decision to make. But baby steps. Baby steps. No one's saying leave your job, okay? No one is saying leave your stability. But you do need to bring a bit of passion, fun, in a responsible way, right? In a responsible way, back into your life. Could be through community, could be through reuniting with friends that you haven't seen because you've been working too much, right? Could be family, you know, this 4 of Wands. I'm just saying. All right, we are gonna pull some oracles on this energy and see what they have to say. Spirit team, please. Can we get some messages regarding the energy that's on the table for the collective, for the highest and greatest good of all? Thank you, Spirit team. There's something on one of my cards. 3 cards, Spirit. So 2 more. 2 more, Spirit. I'm seeing truth, and then I said the sort of truth. I always hear this song, Freedom 90 by George Michael. It's my favorite song. Take these lies and make them true somehow. Forbidden Forest, you are so brave to keep going the way that you do. Bravery, persistence, redemption. I think you have been brave. I think if you've ever been in this 5 of Pentacles energy to reach the King or the Elder of Pentacles, you had to be very brave. I think that you had to really power through. You built something and it's beautiful. But in the building, you may have lost a spark along the way. Excuse me while I take a sip of coffee. Truth, honor, Empress, integrity. That which is true will always be enough. What did I say? Not feeling like you're enough. The red rose, okay. Overcoming obstacles, finding joy, carefree, Don't worry, darling, you'll find your way. I keep telling you, you don't have to worry about it. You're already set and stable. It doesn't have to be the biggest leap in the world, but you do need to, again, with temperance, blend these energies together, right? Being settled is great, but sometimes being settled can turn into stagnancy. We become rigid. We become stuck in a rut. We become stuck in our routine. And then we're like looking around like, wait, why is my body stiff? Because the mental is stiff. Because the mental is inflexible. Because the mental says, I have to think this way all the time. This is the way it is. No, baby, you write your story. You write your own story. Don't let nobody write it for you. Don't let society write it for you. You write that, right? And let me tell you something. If you got to that Elder of Pentacles, King of Pentacles energy, you did write your own story. But it's almost like you let that calcify you. You let that harden. You let that turn into an identity, which now I feel like makes you feel trapped, okay? All right, Spirit team. We're going to pull some of these oracles right here. This is the Secret Language of Light Oracle. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cards. Spirit team, what you got for the collective? Joy. Divine Animals. Oh, that's a new one. Thank you. I love them. Let your light shine. Oh, we didn't look what was on the bottom here. I'm sorry. Dark Night of the Soul. Transformation, Awakening Tower. I feel like that Five of Pentacles energy, if you had been there, it's definitely a Dark Night of the Soul feeling, honey. But let your light shine. That rigidity, that stagnancy will dull you. That will absolutely dull your shine. Joy. Divine Animals. Soulcraft. See? I'm telling you. Somewhere along the way, you lost your joy. Okay, you need to bring that back. Could be through animals. Maybe part of your joy is working with animals. Maybe it's as simple as going to volunteer at an animal shelter or an animal rescue. Maybe your dream as a child was to be a veterinarian. And instead, your parents forced you into finance or tech. I don't know. But there's some way that you need to reconnect with animals. Actually, I feel like to spark this joy in you. Or maybe I'm getting like there's a specific animal that like psychically, spiritually, you feel connected to. Like, for example, for me, it's elephants. Like, I love elephants. There's something about elephants. And also, like, the primates. Like, apes and chimps and orangutans and, all of them. But there's something here about animals for some of you. It might not be for all of you, and that's okay. Soulcraft. Look how similar. Do you see how similar of an energy these two things are? I said, you don't get to let people write your story. You craft it yourself. Did our souls come here for only one specific energy? No. It's like playing the same note over and over and over again. When you're meant to play the full song. You're meant to finish the song, you guys. And as someone who has sang and played an instrument, I can tell you, you don't play the same note over and over and over and over and over again in a song. You don't necessarily sing the same note over and over and over and over again in a song. You sing the full range, right? Whether you're singing lower harmony, upper harmony, melody, whether you're in the rhythm section, right? You don't play the same note over and over again. You sing the full song. As I was saying, you don't play the same note over and over and over again. You play the full song, right? But what happens is when you play your song, which card was it? When you live in your truth, right? When you shine your light, right? When you, I feel like have the bravery and persistence, like that card says. And you're also kind of carefree about it. You're not hung up about it. But when you sing your song, let's say, you shine your light, it attracts in the people, for the most part, that are going to be harmonious with that, right? You're going to get people, right, that are disharmonious with that. Absolutely. Of course. That's what the contrast of life is, right? It's to show you, hey, those people aren't for you. Y'all are not harmonious. Y'all are not on the same vibe, right? Right. But releasing this rigidity, releasing the holds of this, using the sword of truth to cut those ties that bind you to these negative thoughts, beliefs, outlooks, etc., is what sets you free, honey. It sets you free. It's a very powerful reading. Very powerful. Do we want to pull any more oracles? We have the Angel Answers cards here. Spirit team. I'm going to pull some angel answers for the collective. I don't know. I just feel like people still questioning this energy. I really do. I really, really do. All right, Spirit, what you got for the collective here? Let's see what they have to say. Trust. Helpful people. What did I say? Look for a sign. Baby, find your people. You hear me? Find your people. Abundance. Yeah. You have the stability. You have the abundance. If you don't, you're stepping into it. But also sometimes too, when you release that rigidity, you block you release what's blocking your abundance, right? A lot of times being stuck, stagnant, that does words. Money is an energy, right? If it's money you're looking for, abundance just doesn't mean money, but money is an energy. It has to flow. Okay. So, but you got to trust. You got to trust. You got to trust that stepping into more joy, more passion, more fun, more creativity, right? Might put you in a position to either reconnect with your community, your family, your friends, or bring in new energies of helpful people, right? I definitely think, though, releasing this rigidity might actually bring you even more abundance. You're so worried about being stable, but when you're rigid, very hard to let more in, okay? So this is what I have for you. This is a very, very, very powerful message for somebody, honey. I truly hope that this has provided you with some guidance and some clarity, as it is always, always, always my intention to serve. Happy June. Happy new moon in Gemini. I hope that y'all are taking care of y'allselves, and I will talk to y'all very, very soon.